Good morning, everybody. This is Danny back from Deep South Homestead, and guys, we are back at the greenhouse again. And guys, every morning I come out here, I mean, it's just barely daylight, and it's nice and cool and crisp. And when I come out here, I'm so excited. When I come in and I see the beauty of God's handiwork in a greenhouse. I mean, everything in here just flourishes. And guys, we have some trees, some Fuji apples that we got from Grower Solutions. We're going to be planting them in the greenhouse here. Now they're semi-dwarf. We talked to them about that, and they told us just keep them pruned back and they should do okay in the greenhouse, not to let them just get too big. And normally trees will grow to the container size that they're in. So we have some, these are cattle mineral tubs that I had from my cows back here, and we're going to be planting in them. Now they're approximately, I'm gonna guess that they're around 25 gallons. I mean, they hold 200 something pounds of cattle minerals, but I'm going to guess that they're around 25 gallons if I had to just guess at it. So guys, first thing we're going to do is we're going to be adding some potting soil, some fertilizer and all in the tubs, turning it all in and getting ready to put in our apple trees. Okay guys, the first thing we got here is we got some pelletized lime. I'm going to put a little bit in each one of these pots. I like for my ground to be really good. Apple trees need a little bit of lime in it, so I'm going to put a little bit of that in there. I think that's going to be our first thing to do. And then we have some, this is Job's all-purpose granular food. I bought this last fall, not last fall, probably last spring, I'm sorry. Last spring, and it's good for apple trees and garden. It's just an all-purpose fertilizer. I don't want the apples to be growing too fast during the winter months. I want them to stay dormant, but I also don't want to have to be coming in here digging around them. So I'm going to take this and open it up. Now the one thing about this stuff, it stinks. It really stinks. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of it in here, just so that there's some in the soil. Not a lot, because like I said, they're in dormancy. We don't want to try to make them start growing. All right, whew, boy, that's some stinking stuff. But that's what you get when you use organic. All right, now we're going to take some potting soil, because see, our pots aren't full. I made this mistake this past year on a lot of our other pots, is not filling them up. And this time, I'm going to make sure that I fill these pots up, because the more soil we have in the pots, the better it is. Now this here is also a time-released potting soil from Miracle Grow. Right here is a potting mix. This is dirt from our place here, has a little perlite in it. But I also want to add a little more soil, and I don't have any at the moment mixed up. So we're going to try to see if we can't incorporate a little bit more of this stuff in to get these pots up where they need to be. We're trying to make it where the roots can spread easily. It can retain some moisture. Now we're not trying to go totally organic here, okay? So don't freak out because I'm using Miracle Grow. We're not all about trying to be 100% organic here. We're about raising food, you know? I mean, and I get people who want to be 100% organic, and I don't have a problem with it. I think it's a good practice if you can do it. But our thing is, we're about making sure we have something to eat. And what we're doing here is not hurting anything. This is fruit. I'm just trying to make sure I get as much of this incorporated in. Now you see the roots from our pepper plants we had in here. They're still in here. We're leaving them in here. They're not going to hurt anything. I'm just trying to make sure this soil is really good and incorporated and chopped up and mixed up. Once you get deep in this pot, I'm trying to go deep in there. I'm trying to break it up down, way down in there. We still got, see, that's what we have from our trash piles, just pieces of wood still in there. I like it where I can stick it a shovel deep down in the dirt without having to jump up and down on the shovel, and it's nice and mellow. As you can see, the pepper roots just kept on going way down in there. See how deep I can push that? That's what you're after. That soil's dry down in there. And that's why we're adding some potting soil in with it, because potting soil mixture has a tendency to help retain moisture. I'm anxious to see, after these trees were shipped, how did they hold up? You know, the company that does this for Grower Solutions, I'm just anxious to see how they did. Now they just have a bag here. I'm gonna have to take my gloves off, I guess, to untie this. This is exactly the way they shipped them, right here. It's really wet. I'm surprised. Yeah, it looks good. We were told they were all Fuji's. That's what, yep, okay. Well, when they were shipped in a box, guys, the box is about this big square, but it was tall. 2 was turned in one direction and 1 was turned in another direction in the box. So these companies have ways of shipping these things. Now what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna take my hands and dig down in here. I got gloves on, and it's gonna make me a nice little hollowed out hole here. It's kind of like anything else. You wanna make sure your hole's way bigger than the pot. Now I don't know, what reason I've done this is I'm gonna try to take this and just, I'm gonna let this kind of fall in the hole. There we go.
Look at the roots.
Nice root system on it, yeah. Really nice. I'm gonna try to make sure they're kind of spread out good. You don't want to go much deeper than what it was in the original soil, which was right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this now. I'm gonna pull the dirt back around it, and I'm gonna press.
And it's gonna sink some.
It's going to sink some, yes, because it's all fluffed up right now. We don't want to go, you know, below where, above where it originally was. Now, there we go. And it comes with a little bamboo rod, which is okay. Now, I'll probably, we're not going to do any pruning right now because it was in a pot. Now, if it had been a bare root, I would have probably chopped off 1/3 of it, just so that it wouldn't be too much tree for the roots. But I'm so excited, guys. I'm an apple lover. And in Deep South, it's almost impossible to grow an apple down here that does very well without some sort of insect problem. So we're going to try the Fuji. We're going to try keeping it cut back so it don't get out of whack here in the greenhouse. And I may cut it up around the limb. I mean, everything. I mean, it's right next to a peach. This is the Empress Peach from Grower Solution, and this is the reason I ordered back from Grower Solution, is when I bought this peach this past spring, it was only about this big right here, maybe this big, from there to there. I brought it in here, put it in a pot. It started growing, bloomed instantly the first year. Wanda and I harvest peaches off of it this year, and gosh, you can't get any better than that. I mean, it's not like waiting 5 years for a peach tree to bloom. This is a dwarf variety of peach trees. Now, I have already pre-stripped it to send it into dormancy. I'm going to be clipping the top side of it here in the next couple of days. And
it already looks like it's trying to bud out.
See, that's the thing about it. It's already trying to rebud. And if it rebuds and puts blooms on, I'm not messing with it. I'm going to let it go.
We ain't going to hurt it.
I ain't going to worry with it. I'll take care of it in here.
We'll put the sides down and warm it up.
I'll warm this baby up for it, you know. But guys, it's the beauty of greenhouses. Now, let me explain something. This is a high tunnel that has been converted to a greenhouse. We have roll-up sides on it that we can roll up and let the air flow through here. We have automatic vent openers at the top. When this thing reaches the temperature that I have set, the vents automatically open. They have screens on them up there. Everything on the whole greenhouse has screens on it to keep out any unwanted insects. During the day, we open the front door and the pollinators just pour in here. As soon as it starts getting close to dark, we close everything up, leave the sides rolled up. The moths can't get in here to lay eggs and stuff like that at night. And we turn on the bug zapper, which is hanging up right yonder. And it works perfect, guys. I can't say it doesn't. So I'm going to move on here, and we're going to continue working with our apples.
Don't you just love that wand?
I love this thing. This is probably the best that I've ever owned.
It's called a dram, D-R-A-M-M.
Yep. For a greenhouse, it's perfect. You can adjust it down to where it's just where it's just barely pouring out. Like if you're watering little small seedlings. Or you can blow it in there. I mean, you can...
From a distance.
Yeah, it's I can use this, put on high, and it settles the dirt down around the roots good. And these pots, once I just put this fresh dirt in here, and I just fill these pots up, I thawed up.
And you could put another bag.
I could put another bag in them. Yeah, that's almost making me wonder if I shouldn't, try to do that. That's a lot more root space.
It's gonna settle.
I just don't. I left them a little bit where I could add a little bit more dirt if I needed to. I set them kind of high. Look at the perlite coming to the top. I added my own perlite, and boy, it sure is. These pots have weep holes in the sides of them, so don't freak out because I'm putting a lot of water. I'm going to catch my peach tree while I'm here. That's got to be repotted, so we got to get that in another pot. So. Okay, guys, we got them all planted here now. We got 3 Fuji apples in a row here. Don't worry about pollinators. Right outside that door right there is a big giant crabapple. When it comes time for these to flower, we'll leave the doors open and the bees will come and go and they'll cross-pollinate. So that's already been pre-thought into everything. And plus, look across here. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? The fall colors in the greenhouse like this. Pollinators, matter of fact, there's bumblebees just stuck in one of the flowers right now. He spent the night there. Guys, it's amazing. The cosmos and all this stuff is just fantastic here in the greenhouse. Now, I'm going to walk around and show you a couple of things we're going to be picking here within the next week. And I think you'll be just about as excited as we are when we show you. Right here, look at this. These are lemons. They're like they've been in a refrigerator. They are ice cold. They're beginning to start turning here within the next week or two. Probably before Christmas, we're hoping. We're going to try to get some of these off of here. A little lemon tree there. It's a Meyer lemon. I hand pollinated all these. I didn't want the tree to have too many because it was kind of a first year deal to kind of get it established in this pot here. And I can't help but when I'm standing here looking at the lemon tree, my cabbage is right here. Look at this. These are in containers, guys. People who say you can't grow stuff in containers, look, no bug problems, perfectly green. If this was outside, they'd probably look like somebody shot them with a gun. They'd be so full of holes. But in here, oh, it's just beautiful. And then when I turn around behind me, this is not a greenhouse tour, but I can't help it. Look at the broccoli. Look at this stuff. It is just amazing.
Not a bug one.
Not one insect bug bite anywhere in the greenhouse here.
And we've done no insect control in here.
None whatsoever. All we've got is the multiplying onions planted on both sides of it as an insect deterrent, and it's a companion for it. And I believe it's working, to be honest with you. It is really working. Guys, look what I just found. A blackberry was hid right here on the end of this thing, right here just then. Wanda's probably going to be ticked, but you know what? Love it.
All right, you got to see if there's another one.
Okay. I was fixing to prune this off right here. But then I looked. I see it's growed over into the peppers, and I pulled it down. Look at him.
It's fixing to bloom.
It's fixing to bloom. Look at this. This is fixing to be Thanksgiving. I can't cut it off.
You're going to tie it up to the top. I think you need to tie it.
I'm going to stick it back up in the peppers where it was right now. Okay.
That was awesome.
I mean, you got to
I forgive you.
I'm sure. Yeah, but man.
Wanda picked a lot of these yesterday.
Wanda picked these yesterday, and look,
I missed a few.
Up yonder's a big old nice bell pepper up there. Look at that.
I wanted to leave that one.
That's 8 foot high, guys. Wow. Look at these potatoes. This is 4th generation Deep South Homestead potatoes. We have saved our potatoes 4 years in a row. And look at them.
No bugs.
Not a bug one. I mean, it's beautiful.
But
Just beautiful.
Your greenhouse has been here
Mine's been here since February. March.
Now, Wanda's had some bug issues because she didn't have a top on hers.
She didn't have a top on hers. We didn't put it up till summer, so that's definitely excusable. I want to show you guys. This is my next big baby hen. Look at this. Now, this is a Owari Satsuma. I got big hands. My hands are huge. I want to show you something. Look at this. This thing, this thing is as big as a small pumpkin. Look at that.
It is as big as our Cherokee tans.
It's almost as big as some of our Cherokee tans. Look at that.
We're going to have to put them side by side when we take that one in.
And then look over here. I mean, up in here, look at that. Look at that.
That
Guys,
one's not as turned.
It's not quite as turned. Probably Thanksgiving. By Thanksgiving, you probably going to see these.
We need to pick one and test it. I'm just anxious.
I'm trying to be easy with the limbs.
This one. Let's test that one.
You want to test it?
Let's test it.
Are we talking about now?
Now, because you ate my Blackberry.
Oh, well, I can't just pull it up. Well, I guess I could because we're fixing to eat it.
Yeah, it's not going to matter. But if you were going to save it.
If you're going to save it, you would clip it off. So I'm just going to, you don't want to disturb this right here. Okay. All right. She's making me take it. This thing's like it's so cold. It's like it's been in a freezer.
That's good. I'm anxious.
Look at that. Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Don't lose my peelings. I'm dehydrating, remember?
Oh, you are. You got the dehydrator
my vitamin C.
going. Your vitamin C going there. Yeah, I'll have to give them to you. Look at that.
Oh, it smells so good, guys.
I'm telling you, I smell it already. The oils in it are just jumping.
You can use this for vitamin C. You can use it for cleaning. Whatever you want to do when you dehydrate and powder it and store it. But, oh my goodness, this smells...
It smells better than the oranges.
I think it has more smell than the orange.
Okay,
What do you think?
Do I give you half or?
Yes, at least.
At least half? Let me put them over there for you too. Get that little core out of it. I'm going to be generous.
Let me eat first. Oh, well here, you give me more.
Okay.
Here.
Oh no, y'all hear that? She's swapping camera to me now. Here we go.
Sometimes Danny's the worst camera guy ever, but we're going to try this. Look at this.
Look at that.
Look.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that awesome? This is a Owari Satsuma.
Don't be too. No, hold on now. Be gentle. Is that not the best thing in the world?
No seed so far.
So far.
But if we have seed, yeah, I'm going to save them just because.
Look at that.
I've had people say, why not just try to...
The white stuff's got a lot of nutritional benefits to it.
Well, I know it does, but it's going over here.
You gonna put it with the other stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We may put these in small solo cups if I have any seed, and we may do a section in my greenhouse or somewhere, or in the old barn greenhouse, a section that has solo cups that have seed in them and says whichever Satsumas and oranges. Danny's going crazy.
I'm eating behind the camera, guys. Oh my, and it's so cold.
Okay.
Grower Solutions, we can't say enough good stuff about their products and the way that they worked for us here in the Deep South. Now they have a Black Friday sale going on. If you watched our live stream this past Saturday night, you'll see that we talked about that. How that if you use our promo code Deepsouth, you order a greenhouse kit, then that's worth X number of dollars. I forget the exact dollar amount, but you get free shipping on the greenhouse. You get free irrigation kits to go with the greenhouses and stuff. It's just a several $100 discount. On top of that, you get a 10% discount from our promo code, which means that these greenhouses are becoming even more affordable for everybody. Now they've got in a new machine that's supposed to make bending their pipes a whole lot easier, and they're going to be expanding into, I believe Tyler was telling me, chicken tractors and other things that can be very economical for the homesteading community. The small hobby greenhouses, they're going to be able to modify them to fit your needs and all kind of stuff, guys. Grower Solutions is really getting on the ball. They're doing fantastic with helping out with the homesteading community. So go over and check out growersolutions.com and check out our promo code Deep South, And guys, just enjoy the benefits we've set up for y'all. I mean, I mean, we're not making anything off of it, but we've worked with this company, and they really have turned out to be a good company for us, so we don't mind recommending them for you guys. So guys, I got to get busy. I got a lot of other stuff to do. I'm still sitting here holding my Satsuma in my hand, gloating over whether I should eat it all in one bite or just savor it and eat it piece by piece, because it's that good. I can't wait to show you the orange tree. That's going to be one of our next videos. Like I said in the live stream, if I lived up north, I would be digging me a hole in a hillside somewhere with a track hoe, put me in a Wallapini, because now that I've had this kind of fruit, bananas and Satsumas, and I don't know what I could do without them. I mean, because they're that good, they're that healthy. During the CV that's going on right now, this is one of your best immune builders right here. You can't beat your citruses for immune builders. They're loaded with vitamin C. Very healthy for the body. Not to say that you won't have a problem, but guys, working to build up a resistance to anything is always better than having to deal with it. So do the best you can with what you got. And guys, follow us along here at Deep South. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to us and hit that notification bell so that if we put up a new video, you get notified. It helps us while we help you. So thank you guys from Deep South Homestead. There's Wanda doing her balancing act on top of raised beds.
This is called gardening
She's doing
exercises.
doing her hanging ferns. She's trying to keep them alive here during the winter months.
I moved these from the cabin.
Gonna start pouring water out. You're good.
Is it coming over the side or out the bottom?
It'll come out the bottom.
Okay. Now,
All right.
one more.
One more.
See if I can get up here.
Who knew?
These have been at the cabin all summer, and I wanted to keep them till next year.
Doing the balancing act here. Look at that.
I tell you, this is good for your abs.
Good for your abs. There we go.
All right, so it's starting to pour through the bottom. That's kind of what you want with the ferns, and it's feeding this bed, which there's nothing planted there, so it
yeah, but it keeps it good and wet.
Our English peas starting to bloom. Look. See?
Look at the blooms.
And Danny's fed them, so
I've been putting the liquid phosphorus to them this week, and already look at the blooms here. Let me get around there. Hang on a minute. I'm showing these blooms. Here we come. Let me get down here with you.
All right, look.
Let's look at this right here. Look at this.
I mean, look at it.
Look at the green. Look at yellow wax beans. I keep wanting to call them green beans, but they're yellow wax beans.
Yellow wax beans.
Cherokee yellow wax beans.
Look at this. This was our favorite green bean this time, and look at them, just hanging.
Might I add, this was not done through pollinators.
No, Wanda's been doing this.
We learned if we come in here and take our hands and just bump these bushes around, that they actually will pollinate themselves. Just don't put it where the beans lay in the dirt.
Yeah.
It's all right if they hang over the sides.
But I've got beans all in here. Look at this. I mean, you can't beat that for November the 20th. I mean, that's awesome. November the 20th. And I had a worm problem. These little, they ain't went on there, but you see how they've eaten my leaves?
Yeah, I've noticed yesterday when I walked around through here, they still...
Some of it's worms, some of it I think is, what do you call them? Crickets. I found a cricket in here. And you can't help when I leave the doors open for a while that something's not going to get in there. But look, even though they're eating my leaves, it is awesome.
Now that plant right there you fixing to get on, right up under in here, if you lift them leaves up right there, look at that. Look hanging in there.
Isn't that beautiful?
Look at that. That is the most beautiful beans, I think. With these Cherokee yellow wax beans is the way to go, I'm telling you.
We love them.
I mean, I don't think I've ever eaten a bean that was any better.
They have a sweet taste.
Very sweet.
And last night with peppers, oh, they were awesome. Oh, look. No, that's a bloom. I thought something had gotten my pea.
No, I'm sitting here looking all down in here.
They're in there.
Look at them. Look at them beans in there, guys.
That's just awesome. Now, my squash have bloomed, but most of them are male blooms.
Yeah. You had some females, but I think they fell off.
They fell off. They didn't bloom the same time as the male blooms, so it's iffy here on what we're going to do with the squash. I'm going to plant some more squash, but look at here.
Look at these tomatoes, guys.
And I come through and just kind of bounce them.
I see them all back in yonder too, tomatoes hanging.
Now, this is my radishes. You can see they were eat off big time, and I took all the bad leaves off.
We planted them a little early, I think, is what happened.
But they're coming back out. They're looking nice, so I'm going to leave my radishes and see what happens.
And then comes the Jolly Green Giant.
The okra is still putting lots of okra on. It got a disease. We can't help that.
It's 12 to 14 feet tall up yonder. Look at that, way up in the greenhouse.
And it's got little okra pods everywhere.
There's one that's got them bent over. We're probably trying to save some seeds. Is that what you're doing?
I'm trying to save seeds now.
Yeah, that's got some.
I could take those off, but
I'd leave them.
This one is fixing to, it's already turning.
That one's turning good.
So I'm going to take it off this week. We'll have seed there. I'm letting some of the others go to seed. My peppercorns.
The peppercorns.
Doing
Look
awesome.
at the beauty, how dark green those leaves are. Look at that.
It's done really good. Another peppercorn. Like I said, the English peas are blooming like crazy.
They're blooming like crazy.
Look how tall.
Look at that. They're already up.
This is a what?
That's a 50-something inch panel.
And it's up to the next to the last rung.
Yeah, so they're over 4 feet tall. Some of them are already up to the top of it down through yonder.
So that's awesome.
But then look at this.
Look at this.
Look at here.
It's turning. You see the color?
Look at the colors. Look down in the lower down in yonder.
Look.
Look at that. Ooh,
I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 big ones.
We don't know what this is going to be like. This was a hybrid celebrity that
in here.
That came up from a seed, so we don't know what it's going to actually be like.
And then look at my fingerling potatoes.
Look at this, guys.
The fingerling potatoes are looking awesome.
No bugs.
I don't know. There's no bugs in these. Well, I saw a granddaddy.
No, granddaddy longleg's not a bug.
Great, whatever. But look at the kale. The kale's
that's a lacinato, looks like.
Yeah, it's starting to kick. I had 3 plants here.
Yeah.
So I think we'll have kale chips off these. They'll get to kicking and they'll
eventually kick in.
But I'm just excited. Look at this.
The potatoes, them things are good, 12, 14 inches tall.
They're getting tall instead of bushing. So
that's okay. You got them planted pretty thick.
Yeah. And then look at this. Look at the blooms down through here.
When I look down through here, I mean, I'm going to have to, y'all have to give me just a minute here to.
Look at the blooms. I'm
going to zoom in. There's the blooms.
The blooms are crazy.
They're hanging all over these.
And then little beans. These are not as, they were planted after the yellow wax beans, but you see I've already got little beans
in there. They're everywhere. We come through every day and shake the plants just like you would a tomato plant.
Yeah. And they're doing okay. There's a culprit. We try, if we see a curled up leaf, we kind of mash it because
yeah, they're notorious about hiding underneath the curled up leaves. The worms do. These and it's just probably the swallowtail butterfly larva.
We just want to make sure.
They're very detrimental to these plants here, so we have to. We still have to.
them in here before we put a top on.
Yeah, it was all before the top.
See there? Look.
Here he is. That's one of them there. That's the butterfly larva, but we can't have him in the greenhouse, you know?
No.
They're hatching out is what it is.
Yeah, because they were already
very destructive to these green beans.
There's another one.
Yep. See, we have another one.
So you have to hand pick a lot of this.
Yeah, we don't use chemicals in here.
We have this one closed up at night now, but there's still a little bit of problem.
We don't have a bug zapper in yours.
No, I don't have any electricity. I'm off-grid in my greenhouse.
She's got an off-grid greenhouse, guys.
My off-grid greenhouse right now.
Look at this right here.
87% humidity.
87% humidity at 54 degrees. You people talking about it's not humid down here? Yeah, it's humid down here.
Especially in this greenhouse. But it doesn't feel it.
It doesn't feel like it is.
We're used to 100% humidity.
Yeah, we are.
And look, I mean, I'm just amazed. We've got beans just hanging. Thank you for coming along on my greenhouse tour. I've got my ferns I've got some plants in here. We're harvesting. We're going to see during the winter how the white shade cloth does compared to Danny's greenhouse, which has black shade cloth. Right now we have totally different things in both of them. You saw the fruit forest going on. This is going to be more of day-to-day eating. We hope to have the green beans, the English peas, tomatoes, onions, you name it, it's going to be ready. Potatoes eventually, just to see how they do. So stay with us and we'll talk to you later. Thank you guys.